Hey all, this is Paramasivam. Okay, in this video I will explain what about the security features available in the Elasticsearch service. Okay, that means how the securities ensure our data is not exposed to any unknown persons. Okay, and segregate the access of index data. Okay, and how you can use SSO. So all the stuffs we will how these features can be used within the our Elasticsearch cluster. Okay, Elasticsearch service clusters. Okay, sure. Of course, the security related features is added as a XPack, right? So it will it has been added at version 5 onwards. Version 5 onwards, the XPack takes care of the all the security related items. So basically, we will say authentication authorization, right? So authentication is different from authorizations. Okay, authentication is to identify who is the user. Then authorization, what he can access, what are the indexes he have access. Okay, what he or she can do in the once authenticated in the systems. That is called authorizations. Okay, so authorizations here is defined by role based. Okay, so once the user authenticated, he will get assigned appropriate role. Okay, so the role mapping we can done either file based or API based. Okay, but prefer to the API based since we don't need to sync up the role mapping files. Okay, so once the roles are mapped, for the roles set a role is just logical name, right? Nothing else. A role is just a logical name which has n number of privileges. So privileges are comes in the defined. In fact, the privileges defined within the Elasticsearch itself. Okay, Elasticsearch again the privileges we can categorize cluster level privileges, indices level privileges. Okay, so like that we can we will have that privileges. So different set of privileges grouped logically grouped under the label called role. So that role is assigned to the particular user once he authenticated. That's how the security is defined, segregation is assigned. Okay, now so of course there are several for SSO kind of stuff. What is SAML 2.0 has been supported. Okay, version 6.6 onwards. Of course, OpenID, Kerberos. So all these three type of SSO are supported. Of course, if it is LDAP also for authentications you can use. Okay, then traffic filters. So traffic filter means what now? Let's say we are running in our cluster, right? So we can avoid the request itself. I don't want to see some of the request. Okay, that could be from particular user, particular region, or some particular IP, something like that. Okay, I don't want to receive my I don't want to receive the request itself. So that is what traffic filter. So it will cut all the requests. So some of those configured requests. That means kind of filter, nothing else, right? Even we can say kind of IP filtering, right? Similarly, IP filtering. Okay, so to achieve in the clusters, we have to use VPC, in fact, and some private link feature also there in most of the cluster provider. Okay, and the encryptions. So all the data transfer between the agent or among the nodes is already SSL encrypted by the encrypted by transport. Okay, whenever the data is transported, it is encrypted, so no one can catch. Okay, of course cluster has to join in the cluster itself we need username password. Otherwise anyone can run a node and join in our cluster, right? So that should not be happened. So that's why we have to have protect our cluster. So so any node join into the cluster using username password, obviously, right? Only those node can be part of the cluster. Otherwise, any arbitrary node can join and get sync all the shard or indexes. It can go, right. So that is not to avoid such a breach. We need to secure our cluster. Okay. Other than that, so these are the different features provided by the provided or available within the Elasticsearch. Okay, authentication is available, role based segregation is available, SSO available, then traffic filters available. Of course, data transfer between the nodes is encrypted. Okay, above all there is a keystore. Okay, so whenever we want to store username or password, something or any sensitive information, that is used in the configuration file. Let's say for example, for example in the Kibana, if you want to connect to Elasticsearch, okay, so I have to provide my Elasticsearch username password, right? so that times the password should not be plain text, so that anyone can read. So what we can use Keystore. Keystore kind of encrypted place where we can add our where our sensitive information along with a key. That key is referenced. So whenever referenced in the configuration file. So the Keystore is processed before to start the instance itself. That's how. Okay, let's say if you are running some file beat. Okay, that file beat, the file beat Keystore is processed before to parse the file beat configuration file. So like that, all the keys what are referenced in the configuration file, that is corresponding value retrieved from the Keystore. So Keystore is a secure place. Most of the Elastic Stack product provide the Keystore. Okay, then trust. So even I think I can show here somewhere trust should be there. Yeah, trust. Okay, so here what is trust management means? Let's say we are running more than one cluster, and not deployment. Okay, more than one clusters we are running, and we want to replicate or use that also as for high availability. Okay, for the reason of high availability, we will be using more than one cluster, which is run into across different data center. Okay, or different geolocations. Okay, so let's say we have two clusters, one for another each are running at different geolocations. Okay, so to communicate each other, we have to add as a trust. Okay, if here I have to add what is a cluster, what is the name of the cluster. Okay, then I will add then only after it is added in the trust list, then only it will start the replication of shard or usage of or any data transfer between the clusters. So that is the trust management. Then of course we will be create custom user and custom role. Custom role is nothing but it's just a collection of again privileges. That's it. So defining users and defining custom roles, it is easy in the Kibana. So Kibana provide very good UI screens where you can create user and different roles. Okay, so you can associate different privileges from the cluster level or indices level, okay, to that role. That role can be mapped into the particular user. Okay, that's all about the security provided by the ElasticSearch service. So almost I think I have covered all the steps. Okay, so this topic talks about the how to secure your deployment or how to secure your ElasticSearch cluster. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please give a like to the video, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe and leave your comment and if you have any questions as well. Thank you.